Welcome back. My name is Jen and I am a woman in long-term recovery. I am also a CARC, a CRPA, a rape crisis counselor, and a Narcan trainer. If you look at my description box down below, you will find the link to all my social media, my video where I describe all of those certifications that I just told you and how I got them in my state of New York. And you will also find the link to SMACT, a whole bunch of other stuff that I've been involved with, and you will find the link to all of my Amazon wish list. So I have a bunch of Amazon wish lists going right now. I have a harm reduction wish list that is available by request only, just because, you know. And then you will find my regular wish list, which is super important to me because it is what I use to help people in my local recovery community or just community in general, people that have just come home from incarceration, rehab, struggling, homeless, you know, the whole shebang. Also, now you'll also find a wish list for my Mother's Day baskets. I just updated it because I looked at them and they're kind of a little small. So, if you guys could take a gander, I would appreciate it. And also is the information to write my stepson, Anthony. Anthony is currently incarcerated in our local county jail due to some very silly probation violations. So I have something really, so I know we usually do Planty of the Week, but instead of doing Planty of the Week, we're doing something that I am unbelievably proud and honored and super excited to bring to you guys. So SHOC is military boot camp style prison, right? And you do all these crazy activities and you have military bearings at all times and you're in a platoon. Females have a platoon of one big platoon made up of many other smaller platoons. So while I was incarcerated, two of the girls that were part of my platoon was a girl, Amanda, and a girl, Jamie. They were in a platoon before me. So they were the platoon that trained my platoon on how to act right. I mean, because really, that's really what it was. So they went home, they graduated, and a few months later I graduated. And when I came home, a whole bunch of us, you know, you look out for people that you know are coming home and you friend request them on Facebook, social media, whatever. And you either strike up a friendship or you don't. You know, some of us relapse. Not very many though. SHOC really does what it's supposed to do. But these two girls, Amanda and Jamie. So Amanda lives in Staten Island, New York, and she actually is a CRPA as well. And she is going for her CASAC, and I'm unbelievably proud of her, and she's just a wonderful girl, and I've seen her grow so much. And another girl, Jamie, actually ended up meeting her fiance at SHOC, and the two of them are engaged now to be married. They started a business. It's called Awakened AF. I'm going to link everything down below. I am so proud of these girls, and it is such a privilege for me to be able to show you their items, and I hope you go run and support them. They're in recovery. They're convicted felons. They graduated from the SHOC program, and they are doing the damn thing, and I am so fucking proud of them. So one of the things that they sent me was this amazing, so I know a lot of you guys know I'm into plants, but crystals and gems and gemstones and all that, like that's right up my alley. I'm all about it. So they sent me this, and I always look at bracelets like this, but I'm like, man, I'm never gonna wear them. Well, we determined that is a lie because I have worn this every day since I've gotten it. And I'm like obsessed, Look at this. Look at these, like, do you see, like, in the yellow, you can see, like, all the red specks and stuff. I don't know if you guys can see it if it's focusing, but, like, how cute is this? I love it, right? And then another thing that they sent me, bro, I have been dying for one of these, okay? First off, look how nice it came in this, like, little sleeve, right? And then, oh, my God. Look at this. Oh, you can see me through it. Look. Like, oh my God, are you serious? It has an amethyst in it, and it is a water bottle. And you know what was really nice? I'm not going to show you this part. I probably should have kept it empty. Was this unscrews. Oh, wait, maybe I can show you. Yes. So this unscrews, so this comes out so you can clean this properly, and it's glass, which I'm all about, okay? So how dope is that? Let's carefully put it back in. We don't want to damage it. Right? And then obviously, and you know, then just like the top comes off as it's supposed to. But I love these water bottles. I have been wanting one for months and just never did it. So I'm obsessed. This is amazing. So how cute, right? And I mean, we might as well look cute while we're drinking all this water. I've never peed so much in my life. And then, hold on, let me put this back in here. Then they also sent me, and I'm about to show you, I actually have it on the charger. I have to go get it because that's how much I've been using it. So they sent me these little essential oils, right? It has, I was using the orange, obviously it was out. Orange, lavender, eucalyptus, peppermint, tea tree, and lemongrass. So what I love about this is, first off, they were very easy to open. I hate essential oil bottles that are super hard to open, and then you get them shits all over your hand, and then they're on your face or whatever. I just don't like that. And there's so many good ones in here that you can combine together, like orange lavender, bomb. Lavender lemongrass, amazing. Like you can combine so many of them together for such a great scent. So now, if you see, I have this handy dandy little stand right here. Let me show you why. Okay, so here it is. Here's the box. I don't know if you guys can see it. So it is a moon lamp humidifier. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'll have to bring you closer. So look, so it's this color or this color, right? Or off, but the humidifier still works. And what I do is I just put water and essential oils in it. Amazing. Like, so I have it plugged in because I've been using it so much. But can you guys see? Can you see it coming out? I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, I think you can see it a little bit. I'm like, oh my God, obsessed, right? I think that's the dopest thing ever. And it comes with a spare filter so you can change the inside. So let me see. So you see how this pulls out and there's that? There's a filter in there. And it's quiet as can be, so you can use it like in your bedroom or while you're on a Zoom call or all the above like I do. And I'm like obsessed. Like I'm so proud of these girls. I'm so incredibly proud. You know, I know how hard their struggle was, and I know what they went through to get to where they are today, and they're fucking killing it. So here's the little box. How cute, right? It comes like in a little box. I don't know if you can, the glare. So I will link their website down below, and they have like, I think they have a TikTok and a whole bunch of other social media. I'm super duper proud of them, and yeah, if you want to go support some, you know, convicted felons in recovery doing the damn thing, these girls are where it's at. I absolutely love this bracelet. I love everything they sent me. This water bottle is dope. And yeah, I'm like so proud of them. So proud of them. And I just love, like, I'm a big, like, look at the moon person and all that other stuff. So for me, I love this. I have a smaller version. It's not a humidifier. It's just like a tiny little, it's probably like the size of a golf ball that I bought off of Wish, and it's a light. So Frankie's here. Hopefully she's going to be a good girl today. So yeah, I'm super proud of them, and I will link all their information down below. Today's video is a story time that you guys have been requesting. You guys, I had mentioned it in a previous video, and I had said how I have some crazy K2 stories from when I was incarcerated. I personally myself have never partaken in K2. I'm not a marijuana or K2 smoker. That's just not my thing. I don't judge anyone whose it is, you know me. It's just not my cup of tea. Makes my anxiety, marijuana makes my anxiety super bad, but that's just for me. And I don't know, maybe it's because I never knew anything about it or types or kinds or anything. But so for a while when I was in Taconic Correctional Facility in New York, in Westchester, in Bedford Hills, New York to be exact, I know a bunch of girls who were still actively using while incarcerated. It would vary back and forth from pain pills to Suboxone strips to K2 and marijuana. Regular marijuana, whatever. You know, you would know when it was in the facility because the whole yard smelled like a big marijuana fest. But K2, so I had never seen anybody who partook in it in person until this one time. So I was in Taconic. Taconic has it's older buildings. So the dorm or unit or whatever, it wasn't a dorm, it was a unit that I lived on was on the second floor. The first floor was for people who had physical disabilities that couldn't get up the steps and things like that. So they gave them room on the first floor. The second floor was the unit that I lived on. I loved the building that I lived in. I loved the unit that I lived on. I loved the officers that we had. We had our own rooms. I would be able to smoke cigarettes in my room out the window. I did not look into the front of the facility. My window looked out to the yard. Like, I just loved where I lived. I loved it. It was super clean, comfortable. I had my own toilet, my own sink. Well, this girl lived across from me. And she was a hot mess. She was a hot mess from the jump. Like, she was cool as shit, but we were always like, girl, you need to clean your room. Like, she was just a messy female. She was just messy. She was sweet as can be. But whatever. So at one time, I remember a lot of people were thinking that weed was in the facility and they were asking for it. And she was one of them. And she came to me one day and she was like, girl, she was like, what is this? And I was like, I don't know. It looks like weed, but it smells like really perfumey. You know, when you're incarcerated for so long, you don't realize how good your sense of smell gets because you don't smell anything else. It's not like being on the outside where you smoke candles and room fresheners and this and that. You know, you get mussel oils from the mussel oil sale, but that's about all we get as far as, and then like soaps. People send in soaps. You get like smell good soaps. So your nose gets really refined as far as what your, sniffer can sniff. And it smelled very perfumey. And I was like, well, maybe whoever brought it in, you know what I'm saying? They have body lotion on when they packed it up or taped it to themselves, however it came into the facility. She's like, I'm gonna smoke it. And I'm like, all right, okay. I maintained my sobriety my entire prison stay. So I was like, cool, let me know how it goes. Let me tell you something. I have never, still to this day, seen anything like this. It was crazy. First off, she did not know where she was. She was literally walking up to the door of her cell and talking to the door of her cell. I'm laying in bed, okay? And everything is long waist. So I'm laying in bed, twin bed length, and my door is over, 3 or 4 feet from my feet. And I have my door open, so this way you get like a cross breeze. And she's standing there with her door closed to her cell, her room, whatever, and she's standing outside of it talking to her door. And I'm like, what in the hell is happening right now? I'm like, girl, you all right? You okay? You need me to get you something? You want to go in your room? What's happening? And then she looked at me and she asked me some crazy questions. Like, I think she thought she was on the block. Like, the things she was saying, then she was like, we're going to get fried chicken, right? And I was like, I would hope so, but I don't think so. Not here. And then I'm like, are you all right? And then all of a sudden she just started to pee in her pants standing there. She had on, I remember, I will never forget this. We had to have like knee length shorts. So she had on a pair of like, Bermuda shorts, like knee length. They were like a khaki green color. She had on her white socks pulled up to like her calf, like her calves, like mid calf. And then she had on her shower shoes. And she had on like a black t-shirt. And I was like, what is going on right now? And she literally was just peed standing right there. And I was like, girl, you need to go in your cell. Like, the officer is going to do rounds. You're going to get in trouble. Go in your cell, pull your curtain down, and get into your bathrobe and sit on your bed and chill for a few minutes. Maybe you should go take a shower and whatever. So then a couple of the other girls that I was friendly with came over and were standing in front of my doorway, and we were talking to her and stuff, and they were like, bro, she's gonna make the unit hot. Like, she's absolutely gonna make the unit hot. And the unit was a very low-key, laid-back unit. Everybody did their thing, but they kept it, you know, classy, so there was never any heat. Sure enough, someone from the other side of the corridor, the non-cool side of the corridor, saw, and it made it hot. So she was walking around doing really odd things. She did not take my advice and go inside and get undressed. I mean, she changed because everybody made a big deal about it. She's standing in front of the officer station talking all this gibberish. The girls are trying to cover for her, like, oh my God, I haven't heard that song in so long, because she was making no sense whatsoever. Then she basically almost got naked in the rec room. Oh my Jesus. It was just so incredibly crazy and whatever. Nonetheless, 2 days later, what do you think happens? We all get called out of our programs. The entire facility gets told to lock down. We all get called out of our programs on the go back line. Go back line means it's time to return back to your unit. As soon as we get there, all our doors are locked. So we go inside ourselves, stand in front, turn around, face the wall, hands on the wall. Whole unit got swept. Everybody got pat frisked if they felt that there was a reason why you needed to get taken for a full strip search, full cavity search, whatever the case may be. You were pulled off to the side. If they deemed that your person was clean, y'all got put into the rec room. Once there were too many people in the rec room, they got brought out into the yard. The entire unit got swept. Tables got turned. All the kit stuff in the rec room, the kitchen, the phone booths, everything. For 2 hours, we had to stand to the wall. Yeah, craziness. Absolutely crazy. They found like stupid stuff. They found stuff like people who had hot pots or fans or Walkmans that didn't have their numbers on that they weren't supposed to have. Like, just things of that nature. Nothing like detrimental. Maybe they found some people who had a couple of, like, it was really their own medication, but it wasn't in their medication bag or whatever, so they got, some slack for that. But they never would find like, oh, we just found like a bag of crack or whatever, because people weren't stupid. People knew, people know how to jail. Like, there's a saying called, you know how to jail. And you learn real quick how to jail. Like, you know what to keep on you, what to keep in you, and what to keep in certain spots. Like, you know how to give it up. You know how to take care of yourself. You know how to jail. And by the time the complaint was made on Monday, and they got all like outside dogs and the, cops and stuff to come in, because that's how they did a sweep. They had outside officers come in. This way there's no favoritism, and they had dogs and everything that would come through. Like, you would come back in and you have like paw prints on your bed. So by the time they got that all together, it's like Tuesday. This should happen Saturday and Sunday. And nobody's keeping it around for that long. First off, in jail, you don't get a big enough quantity. Like, you don't stock up. Like, even if you buy a Suboxone, you buy like 2. You know what I'm saying? And them shits were gone in days, like a few days, not even. Especially because half the time nobody wants to get high by themselves. So they share with their friend, their girlfriend, their people. They sell some, to this, to that. So yeah. That's my crazy K2 story. It was absurd. On a good day, when you see somebody on the outside acting like that, and you're like, are you all right? Like, what's happening? But when you're in the inside and you see some stuff like that go down, it's a whole nother level of crazy, because you're in a secured bubble, if you will. And then all of a sudden you're like, well, are you all right? Like, please don't make it hot for the rest of the unit, because Peter pays for Paul and Paul pays for all. Yeah, and that's it. I hope you guys had an amazing beginning part of your week, and I will see you guys on Friday. And remember, we recover loudly, so those behind us do not suffer in silence. Bye, guys.